Hello, I'm David from Eat Drink Rhode Island, and I'm going to show you a really easy way to cook a piece of fish. In this case, I've got a piece of halibut that I bought a few months ago when it was caught locally right here. I bought it at Dave's Marketplace in Coventry. And what I like to do with fish that's caught fresh, I don't recommend this with fish that is caught and frozen at sea, but if it's caught fresh, brought it fresh to Dave's or your local seafood market that you get it at, I buy a whole bunch and then freeze off portions. So you can see I froze off 5 3/4 here, and then I thought to cook. So I'm going to take it out of this bag. It's really great to freeze in these vacuum sealed bags if you can, because it keeps any ice crystals from forming. I'm going to just take that out of the bag. I'm going to dry it off a little, piece of paper towel, because why do we want any excess moisture from the melted ice? And then I'm going to just give it a quick little bit of salt. So very simple. I'm going to season it with a little bit of salt because I'm going to poach this in olive oil. And you'll see how simple that is in 1 second. Okay, so the first important thing when poaching a piece of fish in olive oil is to choose the right size vessel. You don't want a huge pot because you're going to be putting a lot of olive oil in it to submerge the fish, and you want the fish just a little bit submerged in the olive oil. So clearly, if this was a giant pan for that small piece of fillet that I showed you here of halibut, that would be a waste. So I've got some straightforward olive oil here. Aromatics. So what I decided today to do, put in the pot, was a little sage, some crushed garlic, and some slices of lemon. Really, you can use whatever you want. You want to use some thyme. Thyme's great. I just don't happen to have any right now. You want to slice some other citrus. You want to use other herbs, spices, etc. Go for it. Have fun. I mean, if you want to go with a more North African flavor, you can use cardamom and cinnamon and things of that nature. In this case, I'm going with these ingredients. So I'm going to pour in a bunch of olive oil. I'm going to estimate right now how much I want, and I can add a little more later when I submerge the fish, but I'm going to pour in this olive oil. And like I said, I want enough olive oil to submerge that piece of fish in. So that's roughly what I think. And then I'm going to put it over high heat at first, though I'm using a very small burner for this size pot, to get it up to temp, medium high heat, I'd say, to get it up to temp. And what you're going for here is you're going for about 170 degrees. You want to poach the fish in the olive oil. You don't want to fry the fish in the olive oil. This is not deep frying, this is poaching. So I'm going to let that come up to temp, and then I'll take its temp and put the fish in. Okay, so the oil is, let's get a quick read thermometer in there right now. The oil is around, there we go, just what I want, around 165, 166. I might just cut the temp just a little bit on the burner so that it doesn't get too hot. But remember, when you drop the fish in, it will lose some degrees because the fish is cold. And now I want to nestle that fish underneath the oil with my aromatics. So just remember, this is hot, not too hot, but I got a glove on just in case. And as you can see, I did add enough oil. It's submerged under the oil there. And now the beauty of this way of cooking a piece of fish. So I was about to say that the beauty of cooking a piece of fish this way, other than the fact that it's going to be just unctuous and beautifully cooked with the oil, is you really can't overcook it. I mean, you could overcook it if you were left there for a long time, but if you leave this here for like 20 minutes or so, you have other things you're doing in the kitchen, you're busy making dinner for your kids, which is what I'm doing as well, you really can't overcook it this way. Just keep an eye on it that it doesn't come past around 160, 170, because like I said, you don't want to fry it. You don't want to, this is a slow thing, but this is a beautiful way to cook it, and I'll show you when it's done. All right, it's been about 20 minutes in the poaching oil there. Like I said, it never came above about 150, 160 Might have came a little over 160 at one point, but either way, it didn't come to a fry, that's for sure. And now I'm going to take the fish out and add it on my plate here. See if I can do this while holding the camera. Oh, I did it. Well, I'll get the sage leaves off in a second. Put that down there. Now, actually, these sage leaves and the garlic and everything could be quite delicious if you want to use them for something else. Or that oil is quite clean if you want to poach another piece of fish in it. And there you have it. I know it looks very simple, but I'm going to put a little salt and pepper on it. Take off that piece of skin. And yes, red wine with fish is perfectly fine. This is a light red. It's a great light red to have with the nice, healthy, hearty piece of halibut like this. Heck, have whatever you want with whatever you like right now. So that's it. Very simple, very easy. Like I said, just put a little salt on the fish, put it in a poaching oil with some aromatics, poach it. Don't let the temperature get above 170. Use a thermometer to check your oil temp. Poach it for about 20-25 minutes. You really can't overcook it, and then you're done.